Hello, my name is Svetlana Stone. You are watching Artist Voices, where we believe it's essential for artist voices to be heard. And we are pleased to have Danny Gayden here at studio to learn about what it takes to be a musician or an artist in 21st century. Thank you, Danny, for coming.
Thank you, Svetlana. I appreciate you inviting me here.
We are pleased to have you. Was it a long day for you?
It was. Working and finishing up classes in my degree, but I know it'll be worth it very soon. So
it's great. So you graduate this year?
So yeah. In April will be it for me. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's great. Don't forget to invite us to your recital. We would love to come.
Absolutely, December 4th.
And could you tell to our audience about yourself, who you are, and how you get to Kalamazoo?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm originally from the south side of Chicago. Went to an art school. I'm in high school, and that kind of allowed me the opportunity to see if I can do music full time as a career. And it was pretty obvious pretty fast that I wasn't going to do anything else once I had my first art class. So, and how I came to Kalamazoo is through Western. I mean, they have an amazing program. And Keith Hall, my mentor, I mean, he's so amazing and so gentle, like a big brother or a father figure. So, because of him is why I'm here from Chicago. So.
And what instrument do you play?
Yeah, I'm a drummer and percussionist, and songwriter too, with guitar and piano. But my main thing is the drums. So.
Daniel, I'm curious about what did you bring to studio tonight? Could you please tell to our viewers what it is?
Absolutely. So I brought my working stick bag. So this is the stick bag that I use for every gig, every rehearsal. And for me, the stick bag is very significant because everywhere I go, no matter what city or town or rehearsal or performance, this is my tag team partner. So in it is a pair of drumsticks. I always have extra drumsticks just in case I drop one or leave one or whatever. A pair of mallets, which are a little bit softer drumstick with a softer beat of the head at the top. And that's just for softer tone and a more beautiful tone. Some practice sticks, just in case I have a few moments before the gig to warm up. Highlighter, pencil, just in case I needed to write on the music. So, yeah, this is, like I said, this is my go-to. This is my buddy. And this has been here with me every step of the way. So, I want to share this with you.
Awesome. So you usually use all of them, or I mean, how many like you use during the performance? I would change.
Yeah, I probably just used one pair of stick, so two, and possibly if one stick breaks or whatever, then I'll use the second pair. So
does it depend on style of music you play or what it is?
It does. It does. So if it's more of a jazz performance or jazz gig, then I'm going to use the sticks and maybe some brushes, which are literally like a brittle for a softer tone. If it's more of a pop, R&B, or rock gig, I'm just going to use these sticks, and everything else is just here for show. So it's not often that I use everything in the bag, but it's good to have it just in case, someone wants something a little different. So, yeah.
Amazing.
My best friend here.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And how old you were when you introduced to music and when you realized, that's it, I'm going to be a musician?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in my family, music was always in the house.
Wow. What kind?
I mean, Motown and jazz. And so I knew pretty on. I did the talent show at 5 years old. So I knew pretty early that I kind of wanted to do music at some point, but it wasn't until like fourth grade, 10, 11 years old, where I was like, oh, I want that to be my main hobby.
Mm,
So around that age, and here I am still.
that's great.
Yeah.
And as we heard in the beginning, what does it take to be a musician at 21st century? Because people see you perform. I also saw your
Yeah.
performance,
Yeah.
and you're doing great. But we want to learn what is behind the scene, um, what it takes you to get where you're now.
Yeah, I believe that you have to have a passion for whatever you do, because at that point it doesn't feel like work. And it's going to be days, weeks, maybe months where you don't see yourself within the craft anymore because of how hard it is or because of your challenges or struggles. But if you're able to go back to your craft to feel whole again, or to feel like I have to express myself in some way, let me go back to my craft, then you're always going to have consistent love for it. So I think to be a successful musician is to have love for the music and find a way to express yourself any way possible within that craft. Yeah.
And the next question is, what do you want to tell to the world through your music?
I just want to be a vessel and a resource of love through my music. If I can do that, then I'm complete. My journey is complete. My favorite artists ever, music or non-music, their art made me feel loved. And so if I can just give love through my music, compassion, empathy, and relatability through my art, then I've done my purpose.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
It's great. Welcome to Artist Voices. We are here at Public Media Network with local musician Danny, and to learn about what it takes to be a musician or an artist in 21st century. And Danny, we would like to continue to learn more about you.
Absolutely.
Do you remember what was the best advice you ever received from other musicians?
Wow. Yeah, I think the best advice I've ever received, part of it comes from Keith Hall, my mentor in Kalamazoo. You have to be healthy as a human being first before you can be a healthy and proper musician, right? So sleeping well, drinking enough water, journaling, doing whatever it takes to be a complete human being. Because if you're not complete mentally and emotionally and stable mentally and emotionally in those ways, then you can't give your best musically or artistically. So I think that's the best advice, because at the end of the day, you're still a human being, you're still a person. So you have to take care of yourself, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You cannot get something that you don't have, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
It's great.
Yeah.
And what are the biggest challenges the artists you think face right now? And you may also tell about yourself.
Yeah. I think, one of the biggest challenges is how can I be different from my fellow artists, because of social media and YouTube and the internet, it's so easy to get your music and your art out there, but now it's like everyone's out there. So how can you stand out? But I think, a way to do that is just be yourself. A lot of times we try to be like others to fit in, or to, go higher up on a hierarchy. But if you just be yourself, you're the only you that has ever existed. As cheesy as that sounds, but it's true. So if you be true to yourself and try to put yourself in a little box and say, okay, I'm not going to be swayed one way or another. I'm going to do the art that makes me feel special. I think that's how you overcome that issue and that problem.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
I
Yeah,
like it. Yeah.
yeah.
And what do you hope to achieve through your art and music?
Yeah, just the relatability factor. Like every artist I've ever loved, whether it's Miles Davis, or John Coltrane, or Basquiat the painter. I can go on and on. But those artists, every time I viewed their work, I saw myself within that work. Even if that work represented an environment, culture, or a mindset that I wasn't familiar with, because they were so vulnerable in their work, I saw myself in it and I could relate to it. And if I do that as an artist, where maybe the listener isn't from the South Side of Chicago like me, or moved to Kalamazoo, but if they can find the humanity within my work, then I think that's what I want to strive for.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds great. And Danny, since you are here, where people can find information about you, your website, information about your future performances, and maybe anything else that you want to mention, that would be a great chance to do it now.
Yeah, so you can find me on my website at danielgayden.com. Social media is Gayden, my last name, Gayden, and then art, Gayden Art. That's my social media tag. Yeah, you can find me on either the website or social media. And for upcoming events, I do have a premiere on December 4th of a project I'm working on entitled Beyond the Room, which will be a recital of mine. I'm very excited about it.
Is it going to be at Western?
It will be. It will be at Western in the mixed media room in the Dalton Center. So December 4th. So you can find more information out about that on the website or my social media. So
It's awesome. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I was really pleased to learn about you, about your passion, about music, and what does it take to be a musician in 21st century.
Yeah, and thank you for having this platform and allowing artists to speak and to give their thoughts. It's special, so thank you.
You are very welcome. So this concludes this episode of Artist Voices. And again, we were here with Danny Gayden, and we are so thankful for him to come over and speak, bring his voice to other people. And we are here at Public Media Network, where we believe it's essential for artist voices to be heard. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.